And also, they need to snowball. How they're really going to have, though, before Nigma is going to be able to take over the game with team fight.
I just think they need to come out of lanes with like a 3K gold advantage or something like that. Like if they start falling behind too fast, I don't see how they can win actual team fights. They've got this infest combo too. They've got so many different ways to start the fight on Team Nigma. Like even just that, right? Like the Puck Lifestealer starting fights, giving the follow up for the Grimstroke Doom. It looks hard.
LGD not going to have enough time to take their foot off the pedal. Let's see if they're going to be able to do it, or if we're going to have a 2-0.
Oh, that is too good.
Hi, sorry, it's us again. Suns fan with Jenkins. You okay?
I'm fine.
You doing good?
I'm good.
You know, there's about 10 people that are going to understand this in chat, Jenkins, as we get started. Oh, actually, ILTW, again, beginning of the game, we're seeing some major pressure, this time from PSG.LGD. ILTW actually has to pop his Fairy Fire, Jenkins. My goodness.
Same
a lot
thing.
of level 1 action.
Yeah.
Both games.
Yeah, same thing as the last game. I mean, you know, it's good for him that it happened at 25 seconds before the clock, because they can prep some salves. So
Yeah,
not giving the first blood is definitely.
But you will never get that Fairy Fire back.
You will never get that back. That is indeed correct.
Thank you.
He might just walk back to the fountain, actually.
Yeah, it looks like he's making that pathetic crawl back.
It's not good.
to the fountain.
Doesn't feel good.
I mean, he'll be able to TP back if he really needs to, though.
Yeah, better than
Could be
dying.
worse. That's another 100 gold down the toilet, though, sadly, as Cinder knows.
Yes, we don't want to talk about that right now.
All right, so the bounty runes are being taken here. Looks like LGD has taken 2 thus far, and Nigma the other 2, so it's a split even affair. Whose lineup do you like? I mean, you actually, I can actually attest to this. This is not you like BSing. You actually called the Lifestealer last pick, so I want to give you a little round of applause.
I can't believe I spent the entire NADPC and you were just calling all my picks bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You were saying?
He's getting gone on.
No, this is fine.
God.
He's not going to die. He's fine. He's a big fat Doom.
You know, this year, 5 armor. I mean, this year had 0. I think he had actually negative armor, then his base agi took him over to 0.
Well, it showed 0 armor, but then when you clicked on him, it was negative.
Yes,
right?
correct. Yeah, not so good for him. But now, 5 armor.
Yeah, and he has a ton of regen thanks to Devour, and obviously the Tangos. So
actually, the Devour doesn't give regen anymore. That's what they nerfed when they gave him the armor.
Oh, you're right.
So that's why people go like a bunch of bracers. So you basically build the regen and then abuse the armor.
I mean, I really wish he would copy Arkosh and just go for Ring of Health 0 item build.
That is a good build. Okay, it's better on heroes that have high base regen already, though. Is the thing, because then you don't need tangos. So
okay. Ooh, battery assault from GH onto Y. This is a really good. I mean, Clockwork's pretty good against Enchantress. Always can pressure her out of lane. She's really annoying to deal with, and you don't have to right click. Obviously untouchable, not to level 6 anymore, but nice little answer there.
Yeah, I think Clock with Doom too. You have the Battery Assault plus the Scorched Earth. You can basically run down any hero on the LGD side as long as the Clock and the Doom are actually in position and having a decent game. I mean, a level 1 Clock doesn't look as good as a level 3 Clock, obviously. So it does depend.
Miracle yet again on Puck. Are you surprised that this was not banned out? I mean, again, Nigma as a whole, like every single player played pretty exceptional, but Miracle destroyed.
It seems like there's a lot to ban out, though.
That's true. You only get 2 bans each now.
Yeah, GH has looked like the player that you have to ban out in all of these games. And so if you're banning out GH, then it's like, okay, Miracle's going to get his heroes.
All right, well, ILTW on the Lifestealer. I mean, tell me why you like the Lifestealer this game. Because you did call it, like I said.
Okay, so
you weren't taking my compliment very well. You're supposed to accept and say thank you.
Because I'm used to being just viscerally insulted by you all the time.
That's not true. That's the other way around.
Okay, well.
You were banned from viscerally insulting me this event.
I was. I'm sorry, Kyle. I think a lot of carry players really like this hero against Spectre because you can just outpace the Spectre. Lifestealer with few deaths, Lifestealer with an item advantage on the Spectre looks really good. You can run at tower. Spectre's not going to do enough damage to kill you. You can use Infest for the haunt. And then as well as this Skywrath Axe lane, the classic counter to that was always the Lifestealer because you just sit there and you regen, and then if they press their spells on you, you press your rage and you just walk away. So
I mean, he also have some good Nake's bomb potential. If Doom gets a blink, obviously Puck inherently,
yeah. Yep.
and then Clockwork as well.
Actually, yeah.
Pretty much everybody on the team is a decent vehicle for ILTW. But like, I'm used to the notion that Doom, or not Doom, but Axe is good against Lifestealers. We're going to see why. Get pressure here from Miracle, making a very early rotation to his triangle. And that'll be a kill. So first blood going the way of Miracle. That is not what you want to see if you're PSG.LGD. But tell me why Axe, like, in theory, it's good against Lifestealer, right? I mean, if you get stats for this, maybe. Yeah. So
Lifestealer. So you're never going to be able to do the rage TP out against the Axe, which is very annoying. And traditionally, that's what people would consider to be counters to like these Lifestealer Jug type heroes. But the thing with Axe versus Lifesteal is, like you said, you're always going to be building some form of status resistance on Lifestealer, and so that's going to naturally be good against the Axe call. You're never ever going to die to the call is the thing. And then you can save people, as well as like what Fogg was saying. You can save people if he does go for this Manta build. You can literally just infest somebody and they survive.
Right. Okay. Wyatt getting gone on here. Tried to get that rune, but it was denied from GH. And TP support now from Jin Q. So it looks like GH is going to be food for PSG.LGD. 3 heroes in the mid lane now. There's nothing to say. Able to get the other rune as well. ILTW trying to go on the Axe now with the pressure of Kuroki in a 2v1 situation. I mean, they did TP out, so this is pretty free damage for them, but just not enough yet, because he does have that Ring of Health, and I mean, 300 from the Glory Land. Yeah, that's the Vanguard.
That is the thing with having this Lifestealer with the Grimstroke. It's not like a Jug in the sense that you can't pump out as much damage, so there's a lot less kill threat in the lane, but you're never, ever going to pressure the Lifestealer as Axe plus Skywrath, which presumably is why the Skywrath has literally just ditched the lane.
All right, GH was trying to go up to the high ground there, but we'll find nothing to say instead, who obviously doesn't have traps yet, so not able to really slow down GH, but he's just being an annoying little robot man. Wait, what is he? Actually, what race is he?
I think he's like a goblin.
Is he a Keen folk or something?
Yeah, he's a goblin in an
armor suit.
robot suit.
Okay.
Yeah, an arm, and like a knight.
That's
like
probably very accurate to the lore. I'm sure Slacks will be really happy with this discussion.
He doesn't watch games.
That's true. That is actually 100% true. GH and Kuroki on the high ground now, knowing that nothing to say is in the vicinity, who is now level 6, so the traps are available to use. We'll see the Enchantress coming in as well. And now that Miracle has the coil, we'll see if they can set something up. This will be pretty difficult to kill, nothing to say. I mean, TA, very hard hero to kill in general.
Yeah.
If you're a Puck.
Funny, there's so much movement around the mid lane, but I'd say it's okay. We got a Enchantress.
Yeah, Enchant with the old Troll Summoner and a couple of skeletons.
Just being annoying. Yeah, there's like basically a tri-lane versus tri-lane mid, because with the Nigma cores that they have in the side lanes, you can't pressure a Lifestealer if you're LGD, and you can't, if you're a Doom, you don't really want to pressure. So both of the side lanes, both teams are like okay with farming.
Oh wow. ILTW chased down by Jin Q. Now the TP from Miracle doesn't look like it's gonna, well, like it does get the coil off onto one, but he doesn't have any damage to follow this up with. The Ancient Seal into the coil, Faith Beyond, not level 6 yet, so it can't go for the Culling Blade. So Miracle able to find one kill at the very least. Now that Kuroki has had plenty of time to come, with Mind Control from the backside as well, into the Doom, first ult of the game. And it looks like they'll be able to net themselves yet another kill. So a 2-for-1 exchange, and Y might be next on the list. Miracle not able to body block there as Mind Control. Now there's the slow from the Grimstroke. And finally, another kill. So great rotations from Nigma that time around.
That's so funny. Y tried to deny right before he left. He tried to deny the Doom, but ironically, his Axe's Vanguard made him so tanky to his own team's right.
That's when you need to backpack that Vanguard.
Yes, exactly. Right on the Doom.
Nothing to say. Level 7 now, despite Miracle being a little bit more active, but TA is just this farm heavy, like just can flash farm the crap out of the jungle. He's going to get his bottle refilled here as well. Going for the Dragon Lance first, it looks like. Are you a fan of Deso first or Blink, or does it depend? Because it feels like you get both every single game anyway.
You mean after the Dragon Lance?
Yeah, after that.
I think it depends. The thing with the Blink is, like, if you're going for the Dragon Lance and with this new level 10 talent on TA, you don't really need the Blink as much, because you're just hitting from so far away. You don't need to get in.
That's true.
3 people mid and nothing to say is just chilling. That's
something I do want to mention that is not going to be super relevant until later, but I'm going to bring it up now to make myself look like a genius.
Okay.
Skywrath is really good against Lifestealer, because in the old days you'd have to get like a BKB or a Manta, which feels awful, but now second item Satanic is extremely good to take off the silence in order to get off your rage.
True.
Oh, we have a coil here into the Inkswell for GH. He's going to snap it as well. Nothing to say, get some TP, but yeah, LGD finally puts that haunt to good use. use. They're able to take out the Clockwork, and Miracle is next, so great rotation from PSG.LGD this time.
Yeah, I mean, this, the Haunt, I think, just makes it so, I mean, nullifies the Clockwork, right? Because you just go into the cogs with whoever's trapped in there, so that nullified about half of their damage. Yeah, it's weird because since these Nigma supports are spending so much time around the mid lane, because LGD is spending so much time around the mid lane, they go for this rotation, but they don't really have the levels to do damage.
Right.
It's just the Puck's damage versus a TA who has Refraction, so the Puck's not even doing damage to the TA. So it's a little awkward just given the levels that they have in the supports right now.
Now that we have a little bit of time here, I just want to ask you a question. Do you get annoyed when people say PSG.LGD constantly in a cast? Because I'm annoying myself saying
it's a lot of letters to me.
Do you think it's okay if I just say LGD?
I don't know. I mean, I guess you'd have to ask them.
All right, well, we'll have to ask after this match, I guess. I'm sure they do care, so maybe ignorance is bliss here and just pretend that it's
Let's
fine.
just pretend, yeah. Just
LGD versus Team Nigma has nothing to say. Level 8 on the TA now. Like we said, working towards that Dragon Lance, about 700 away from finishing that bad boy. But you're right, Nigma, I mean, from both teams, really, a lot of pressure in the mid lane. Like, they haven't really gone for that many kills. They're just, like, walking around the river, trying to take runes, trying to disrupt the stacks. Which, obviously, TA will definitely want to take.
Yeah, Innocence is so annoying. Like, this is just... He's going to die.
Okay, was getting pressured here, but they're going to try to turn this around with the Inkswell. Into GH as well with the Battery Salt and the Cogs onto 2. He might have to sacrifice his life. At the very least, it'll be Kuroki, but now... a lot of team members from Nigma are in their jungle to help out. And Miracle, the call! Now able to get into the other side, so Miracle now getting chased down. Yeah, does have coil, so he will be okay, but that, I mean, that's a bit of a cooldown, 80 seconds.
Invisibility.
And really no damage done to PSG.LGD, so I feel like if they want, they can just reset, smoke, and try to get aggressive again.
I gotta say, I know it's like only 10 minutes into the game, but this is when Enchantress shines. Like, this is ban-worthy Enchantress play. He is so annoying. He's just in the enemy jungle, in the enemy triangle, 100% of the game. And like, if he dies or if he doesn't die, it doesn't matter. I mean, GH is doing the same crap. Like, these supports are being so frustrating right now for both of these mid laners. They just won't leave.
Yeah, we're about to hit, I mean, it is 10 minutes, and we have a bunch of level 4 heroes on the map because of this constant rotation and not really gaining much XP as a result.
This is true. I think Ench is better for doing this just because, and so would the Grimstroke be, because you can actually get levels by just sitting in a side lane pushing with creeps. Oh, there's 2 bounties there, shockingly.
Yeah, that doesn't happen too often in pro games. I mean, maybe in our pubs. Well, not yours.
Okay.
My pubs, I'll be honest.
Even with the Enchantress roaming so much, like there's still 2 bounties. I guess he got kicked out of the triangle so many times.
Yeah, he's not going up high ground there for sure. ILTW, he gets silence to start off into the Ancient Seal, and that is going to be a freebie for LGD. Kuroki not able to really, I mean, what can he do, honestly? He used 2 spells and doesn't have Soulbind, which would have been a waste anyway.
Yeah, they need to take some levels on these supports. You can see that GH is sitting mid right now because there's absolutely no way 2 level 4 supports are going to run around to be useful right now, but...
yeah.
Okay, level 6, so now GH can leave if he wants and give the lane to Kuro.
I mean, ILTW right now is working on an armlet, which obviously is not too big of a surprise. I mean, maybe against a Skywrath could be a little questionable, but other than that, doesn't really have to worry about too much.
The thing is, though, this Lifestealer hero, at least this is what I hear cited from good carry players, is that like this is a really good matchup versus the Spectre because you can play to take towers, you can play to run at the Spectre before the Spectre's ready to fight you, and you can man fight the Spectre, to be honest, if the Spectre has less, like, the same items as you. But if Lifestealer dies like 2 or 3 times where he shouldn't, you just feel completely useless. Then Spectre actually can kill you.
Yeah.
Same with this Axe Skywrath combo. And TA as well, so there's a physical damage hero, so I think Nigma wants to get some stuff done with this Lifestealer armlet. This timing matters a lot.
Yeah, it looks like, I mean, he's still working on it. Doesn't even have the helm yet. I believe he's going for SNY after that. So
oh, they're trying to get him again.
Resist.
Do they have the blink?
Faith Beyond does indeed have a blink, and the Vanguard is going for the Manta build, which I love to see. Obviously have to couple that with the Shard, which was nerfed recently. Makes me shed a tear every time. The call is going to be on the tier 1 tower. Definitely works on that. Mind control. Ink swelled up. Here's a hook shot going off into the cause into... Alright, we got the ult from the Skywrath Mage. His Axe pretty much took no damage, it feels like, and he took the puck coil as well. Ame going completely ham. Heard the Infest go off and really all the buttons. But a huge call onto 3 heroes. He's going to try to back away before he's actually inevitably taken down by ILTW. No Infest to work with. The jump in. He will fall to that spectral dagger from Ame.
I mean, that looked like he did way too much damage. What?
I mean, he might have armlet. I mean, did he have armlet?
No, I don't think he had
Doesn't
an
have
armlet.
it yet. Yeah, he is struggling big time right now.
It's a tough game for him.
Yeah, Tier 1 tower will fall as a result. All right, AniMajor jumps in, he gets silenced instantly. The Impetus is doing so much damage, Soulbind onto 2. Question is, what is the follow-up? The Inkswell for Kuroki does a decent amount, but he's just gonna have to resign to his own death. So LGD doing really well right now.
What a clutch silence, man. Like that, yeah, I would tip him too. I mean, that literally just turned this situation that, I mean, it could have gone either way. Like, even if he gets that Doom off, like, it just turns into a fight. Okay, into the Tier 2 tower.
GH cogging him back to the Tier 2. ILTW. Will he get a Ghoul Frenzy off, ladies and gentlemen? Will he get the passive off this time? It doesn't look like it has to run back into the jungle to try to get some creeps in order to get an armlet, which is very bad timing, by the way, Jenkins. I don't know if you know that.
I gotta say, Ghoul Frenzy does not roll off the tongue.
Ghoul Frenzy! I don't know. I have fun saying that out loud.
Do you?
Yeah, it feels satisfying to say. Because it's such a ridiculously dumb spell. You have to skill it because it gives you so much attack speed. And then like the slow, it's like, But it's a fun hero. I still enjoy myself.
Sounds like a Halloween attraction at Disneyland.
What, Ghoul Free? Yeah, that's true. That's true. I like it. 4K network lead here for LGD. Nigma with the smoke. They desperately need this to go well. Faithion shows himself, and yeah, he's put himself in a horrible spot. But on the other side of the map, ILTW dies to TA. So even though that was a good smoke attempt there, they do get a kill that looks like they'll find a second. Lifestealer is just struggling. Look at the net worth discrepancy right now.
That is so funny. Okay, never mind.
Stop talking, Jenkins. There's a coil to talk about right now. Into the Doom, mind control with the Inkswell, into the Stomp as well. And yeah, they will finally get this kill. A triple kill for Miracle. All right. Okay. The Lifestealer death is a little bit better now.
So, Faithion was so busy looking at the Lifestealer dying mid that his camera was not on his hero. He could have had like a 3 or 4 man call, but he's just like, oh, this idiot's getting ganked right now. He's just surrounded by 4
I
heroes.
would like an instant replay of his player perspective.
Can we get that production?
That would be great. For the panel, of course. For the panel.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Right, ILT. It is 15 minutes and he doesn't have armlet. Good God. I mean,
4,500 net. Dude, Enchantress almost has as much net worth as him.
This is really bad. And now PSG.LGD, we're going to be going for this Roshan. I mean, it's a 15-minute, pretty early, but you do have TA who does have Deso, I believe. Yeah. So that opens it up quite a bit.
Not even going for Blink, too. Going for BKB.
Okay.
Just saying, I'm going to play with range. I don't need a Blink.
Yeah, I mean, they do have Axe Call. They have Haunt. They have good ways to catch people.
True.
I mean, I like it. It feels like you're just going to keep fighting and you don't want to create any more space for Lifestealer to farm because he's basically a creep right now.
There he is.
Yep, there's the call. He actually gets off the rage, but really to no avail. He's going to have to try to get up and infest. He does inside a pathetic creep. Will he be able to kill it in time? In the range of the Tier 2 tower. There's the silence into the Mystic Flare. No way to counter that. Mind control a little bit too late with that stun. But a beautiful coil on the 4. Do they have the damage to follow this up with? Looks like GH takes it, or Mind Control takes a tumble. And nothing to say on the other side of this coil now. They find 3, and they're just going to continue on with this Aegis still intact. Looks like Miracle should be able to get out, but GH does avoid the call, but it feels like this is an inevitable death for him.
God, he doesn't deserve to die right now. Okay, maybe he won't actually.
He does have.
They see him with the dagger.
Yeah, TP in 3 seconds. I mean, there's no way.
He is just a pathetic Clockwork and dead.
Yeah. Okay, so Ame finds himself the kill there. By the way, we didn't really mention, we've seen a few games now already with the Echo Saber Spectre. Can you explain this?
I mean, the item has just been buffed. It's just a really good stat item. That's it's like an Aquila. Like that's what.
Okay. A very expensive Aquila, but sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a buffed good stat item. There's nothing more to it, honestly.
Okay.
The good timing makes her tanky. She really uses the effective HP. Okay, that's not a good play.
Yep, that was a hero and no more.
At least it was an ILTW.
That's true. It could be. He's still there.
He's like, thank God.
He has his armlet. All right. Okay. He finally got it. I mean, I feel like now, like this really isn't that much of a farming item. Maybe if you get it early, but you got to do some infest bombs now. It feels like, and he was going to go S and Y. Now just needs the Saint just for the status resist into, I assume, some sort of damage item, or maybe even Satanic on it, which kind of is a damage item, I guess.
GH is just alone here.
Yeah, he hook shot into death here. He was already going to die.
You did your best.
I'm not
6K network lead for LGD.
I'm not entirely sure what he was doing there. Just checking out, seeing what's up, you know, scouting.
I don't want to harp on ILTW. I mean, it's not his fault necessarily, but as we see a coil here from Miracle, it's going to set up a freebie for him. And this is exactly what they need. They need Miracle to create space for Lifesteal to actually get farmed. Because, again, the net worth is unbelievably low for Lifesteal.
I honestly think that it's so bad that I don't even think you want to create space for the Lifestealer. I think you want to do stuff with him.
With the Infest.
Yeah, I think you take Miracle and you take ILTW, you put them together, and then you go like smoke and kill the Spectre. You go smoke and kill. Like the TA would be the best choice, obviously, if you can. But this, I mean, Aegis, toughest hero to kill as well, highest net worth, so it's probably not going to happen. But Miracle's solo killing these heroes. I mean, you could be with him with the Lifestealer, at least for a little while.
Yep. So he's kind of going for the same build as last game, but it looks like a Yules will come before the Deso if he continues on this trajectory.
Sure. I mean, makes sense here. You Yules the Axe, nullify most of his damage. Skywrath Mage has the Silence. Yeah. You could even take off the TA Meld Strike, which is in dodge it, something else to dodge it.
Of course, last game he ended up going for Lincolns at some point as well. Mostly for the duel, I assume.
So it looks like Faith Beyond swapped his build, by the way. He's not going for the Manta. He's going for the BKB instead, which I
that makes me sad, but probably the right choice.
I think, you know, I think when your TA is popping off and just 12k net worth when the other mid is 10k net worth, and Miracle's having a really good game too, so I think it makes sense. Just play to be live in the fights. You don't need to do damage. Your TA is going to do all the damage that you need. I mean, even Sky as a support too. Like this hero just craps out damage.
Really? Is that what he does?
That's like the Cinderin of
Man, we are on the same page, and boy, oh boy, is that sad.
It's not good. Oh, God.
Cinderin, if you're out there, we love you. You're doing great. Keep it up. Tier 2 tower being pressured here. That is a fortification pop for Team Nigma.
Radiant's top tower.
Yules, like we said, coming online soon for Miracle. So you think the Infest bombs? I feel like we've seen 2 Dooms the whole game as well. I feel like they just need to, like, if they sit back and try to farm, it's not going to work.
That's true, honestly. Like a double Doom is also another way to make these fights swing. It's like in the previous game we were talking with the Faceless Void Chronosphere. Like it's nice to have these options. Like okay, if we get this pair of heroes, we actually can win the fight despite the 8k deficit. So like I think if they get the Spectre +1 with the Doom, they probably win the fight. If they get the TA +1, they probably win the fight. If they get both the supports, maybe not so much.
Right. So looks like the Aegis is gonna expire here in a few seconds as they might find a kill on the Miracle. It does get the blink off before the damage comes into fruition. But there is the Mystic Flare. Haunt as well. Illusory Orb. Will he fake it out? He does.
Oh, he didn't get the high ground.
Into the coil, but he's surrounded. So a big kill for LGD again. I mean, again, this is stuff that Miracle kind of has to do. But, I mean, what do you think of this Aegis usage? It feels like they, I mean, I wouldn't say they weren't aggressive, but it wasn't ultra aggressive. They got some towers. Feels like they're just out-farming the bejesus out of Nigma right now.
I don't think you need to be aggressive with it. You have a late-game Spectre. You know, we talked about this Lifestealer versus Spectre matchup. This is something that you want to play from an advantage with the Lifestealer.
Yeah.
You have this late-game Axe who can eventually get a Manta and be a carry. You have this TA who obviously is a carry. People are literally playing it in the carry position. And then you have Spectre, a hero who can't farm for shit, but if she goes late-game, she wins.
Inkswell initiation. This will be a huge kill. Remember, no Aegis online into the Doom. BKB top for mind control. Nice counter initiation from the Axe. Will they have enough damage? Maybe they get the deny off here. Nope, nothing to say. Does get dropped by mind control. It's going to cost them a clockwork, though. I don't know. I was going to say, I don't know if ILTW can fight right now, man. He's surrounded. He already uses Infest, so doesn't really have an escape mechanism. Miracle, with no coil either. It looks like ILTW is just going to get chopped down. So 2 for 1. Did cost him the TA, though, which I guess you'll take at this point. But Faith Beyond now continue to chase Miracle. This will be a pretty big kill. This will essentially be a back-to-back, as there's the call. To the Impetus, there's the Silence as well. No have Yules yet, so that's going to be another kill for PSG.LGD.
I mean, that's, you know, you get the TA, but LGD is so close behind the TA. They know that this guy's just positioning super aggressively and in the mid lane, which is the most deadly lane. I don't care what BSJ calls the dead lane. The mid lane is where everybody dies. And so they're right behind him. They know that if they're going to lose this hero, they need to take a good trade. And they do. I mean, they kill ILTW again, and then they get Miracle as well. Now Doom is top of net worth on the Nigma side.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even notice that. Mind control. So Blink BKB obviously went to Midas. We've seen this in earlier series. I don't think it was them, though. But this hero farms really fast. That's one of the luxuries you have with an offlane. It's like the opposite of LC. It's not really a support. It'll farm the crap out of the map for sure. As we see a smoke gank here.
Oh no.
LTW silence again, and there's no way to get out of this. Call was missed, but doesn't really matter.
LGD are targeting ILTW, man.
It looks like it.
They are making his game impossible, and I get it. I mean, the way that you're supposed to win this with the Lifestealer versus Spectre is just the Lifestealer sits there and hits towers before the Spectre's ready to fight.
You know, I don't know if you know this, but in Dota 1, Lifestealer had the same model as a creep, and I don't think there's a difference here today.
I think you would be correct here. I believe it was a dire creep.
It was, yeah, it was the Scourge.
So this is a little confusing.
Also copyrighted. How is Scourge copyrighted, honestly? Anyway, Dire's fine. I got used to it.
That's a duck, isn't it? That's from
Scourge McDire.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right. That's
Yes, Jenkins, thank you. More NADPC trivia for those out there. I'm sure there's like 10 people that actually watch that are up at this time of night. Anywho, 11K network lead here for LGD. They're just waiting for the next Roach, which in 3 seconds, we'll find out. And it's like the same time as last game. Very average time here.
Yeah, right in the middle. Oh,
Miracle, nice dodge there. Does have the double damage, has the Yules finally, so has a lot more ways to escape death, which you know, gives him a lot more freedom to just push the map and just be that annoying puck.
But because of this DD, I mean, we saw in the last game when he got the DD, it's like, oh god, he has a DD.
Yeah.
And then now, because he has this Yule Scepter and the game is going so tough for them, it's like, it's really not that important of an item. I feel like I'm going to say that and then he's going to own with the DD, but it really doesn't matter as much as when he had the Deso. It's like, that's more denying it from the TA or the Spectre at this point.
Oh, I think ILTW was working on a Halberd now, as we see Ame with the Manta Diffusal Echo Saber build into Scotty next.
Yeah, man.
He's pretty huge.
Once you have this Scotty, there's absolutely no way for Lifestealer to fight the Spectre. You cannot man fight the Spec. So I think at that point you have to Doom the Spec basically, or some like Ags Puck Coil. I don't think you can leave Spectre to last.
Is there any consideration to get Ags on Doom so you can break Spectre? That's a long ass break.
1000%. I think you have to at some point, because
he's getting Shiva's next, it looks like.
Because no other hero can properly deal with the Spectre.
Yeah.
This is coming to the point where the Lifestealer is not a counter to the Spectre. It's a tiny counter.
Right. As we're going to see the call into the Mystic Flare combo, and well, GH has been deleted, but MyControl's going to try to do a counter initiation with the Inkswell, but the BKB from Faith Beyond into the Haunt. Looks like Kuroki's going to take the brunt of the damage here. There's the Soulbind, but oh my god, Mind Control! What? He evaporated. He couldn't even get off his Doom.
Yeah.
They tried to get the double Doom off, but to no avail.
I mean, the BKBs just don't matter at this point, right? You have the Skywrath Mage in the early game that is forcing you to get the BKB, but then nothing to say. And he's got a Deso plus mini crit, and then you have the Spectre who's got the Manta Diffusal, so you're doing a ton of damage through BKB. Obviously, the Diffusal doesn't, but the Spectre passive does. So much pure physical damage at this point.
It's time for Shard. GH comes into the pit as the Ghost Scepter. ILTW is well, he's there. He's running around, and he's gonna die. It was a good attempt. I mean, I feel like they had to try something. This is like a Hail Mary attempt.
Yeah.
Who got the shard? Was it the TA? That's a pretty freaking good shard. It's a silence on the traps. Yeah.
Good silence heroes. Good. Yeah, all of these heroes. I mean, Lifestealer, obviously this hero has no current way of taking off the silence. Doom doesn't want to pop his BKB. Puck doesn't want to pop the Yule Scepter in order to take off the silence, because then you're exposed to just getting silenced by the Skywrath Mage afterwards. And then both the supports have absolutely nothing to take off the silence. And they're backliners, so you can backline silence the supports with the TA traps.
Yeah, Mind Control. I mean, how much can you do, like, these days as a really farmed Doom? Like, if you're the most farmed hero on your team, but you're the off lane.
I think once you have Refresher Aghanim's, you can do quite a lot.
So if it goes 20 more minutes,
correct,
I'm thinking he'll have an impact.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. The call into the Mystic Flare again. The silence, but the Yules takes it off. Will he be able to chop in time? The Blink Dagger. Yeah, it looks like Miracle is good to go. It looks like he has a Spirit Vessel on him all the time because it's freaking cosmetic. I love it, James.
Which, this one?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like a Halloween Spirit
Vessel. I see, okay.
Yeah.
I only use Spirit Vessels aggressively, so I don't...
Okay.
This does not look like a Vessel to me.
That does make sense.
He's going for the Manta now.
All right. Yeah, I mean, he has Shard, so obviously Shard is just good in every single game on this hero.
Yeah.
Just gives you a second... I mean, the fact that obviously they nerfed the percentage chance for it to proc, but the fact that you get 2 procs, right? Because it's independent of the defensive proc if you want to.
Well, the attacking proc actually has no cooldown at all, so you can just max attack speed and spin off with no cooldown. It's actually kind of BS.
The Moon Shard build.
It's a legit build. It's actually a legit build, I think.
Depending on the game. Don't do it every game.
I think it's a good build every game. Eventually you want a Moon Shard.
Okay.
Well, AC, of course, but maybe like Spectre will get an AC. Who knows? That's not happening.
So
He's
basically, you're saying he needs like 15k net worth items first, and then he can go Moonshore.
Correct.
Okay. I mean, maybe they'll get there this game. I don't know. Paladin Sword, that's a good pickup for the old Lifestealer. Gives you some extra lifesteal. That's all. I feel like lifesteal neutral items are a little bit too good right now. Like if they don't drop, like a lot of times if an item doesn't drop, you're like, whatever. But if it's a lifesteal item, it's like it's very noticeable that you don't have it.
Yeah, I think slot issues for lifesteal items too are a big thing. Like people don't get them, not because they're bad, but because they just don't have slots.
I mean, there's so many heroes like Ursa. A lot of times you just want to have the Morbid Mass for a long period of time because it feels so good.
Yeah.
But if you get a neutral item, you literally don't need Morbid Mass.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a smart move, but I take it.
Faith Beyond has been in such good positions for the entire game. It's so annoying playing against an Axe Skywrath like this, where even if they don't kill you, they're just showing you that if you are anywhere in position to farm, they're going to go on you, and if you don't TP immediately, they're going to kill you.
Right.
That's so annoying. It just completely limits Nigma's farming potential of the map.
Now this is the final outer tower for LGD to take. As we can see, Nothing to Say is beyond stacked. Still has the max charges on his BKB, has the items that he had earlier, which is the Deso Dragonlance, and now, of course, Daedalus. So, as we're going to see the combo again, looks like GH is going to be the beneficiary of that, or whatever the opposite of that word is. Deso on Miracle now.
Oh, that was a base ward. I see. Okay, that's how they saw him. I mean, he's not even saving his own base.
Yeah, this is a tough. I mean, when you're down this much, you need a miracle. No pun intended. You need the double doom. Like really.
You seriously do. You need the double doom on important targets. I don't think you can just get like the Enchantress plus Axe. I don't think that's going to be enough. I think they need the. I think they need the TA. They need to somehow kill the Aegis and then get the TA plus the Spectre.
All right. Well, Mind Control has his Shivas. That's pretty much the last item he's probably going to be able to farm this game. Is there's an initiation call again, and is this a free kill? The Ghost Hunter's going to keep him alive a little bit longer. The hook stop, nicely done onto the Axe. They're going to be able to take him out pretty easily. The Aegis is going to be expended as well, but here comes Ame. Look at that damage. Lifesteal evaporates. Mind Control is next on the list. And this is looking like a mega GG, a shellacking of sorts, Jenkins.
Absolutely.
And this is going to be a split series.
Another draw, and we have a Gaben level shellacking.
Was this Gaben?
I think this was Gaben level.
I think it's one below Gaben, personally, which I don't even...
Which one was that? I don't remember.
Mega?
Monument?
I don't know if Monumental or Mega. Yeah, you need to revisit this.
Yeah, okay, back to you, Dakota.
All right, yep, thanks, Dakota. Really appreciate it. As their base is just going to get decimated here. They can go for Megas if they want. They probably could have just gone for Throne, honestly, but they don't know if they don't have buyback here. So I guess Nigma do have one fight left in them, but Doom is already down. And I mean, that's, again, I felt like that was their potential win condition in these fights. But, all right,
showing
LGD,
respect,
yep,
okay.
Definitely showing respect here. Miracle trying to chase. Gets a little right-click action there, but
Radiant's top tower
nothing to really scoff at. Nothing to say. He has a Lincoln Sphere now, so the Double Doom dream has to be on other heroes. Or if you get that...
I think you can... I think the Soulbind... The Soulbind would not proc the Lincoln, so they could cancel the Lincolns.
Right, the secondary target wouldn't cancel it.
Yeah,
Is that how it works?
but then the Doom coming through would cancel it, so...
Right, so you need...
They need a Lincoln's break. Yeah, they need a Lincol's break.
I believe Lifestealer does have a halberd, so...
If realistically, it's Lifestealer, but then if he gets into melee range to cancel to cancel the Lincolns, I think he just dies.
Yeah,
and then I don't think Grimstroke can connect the bug before the BKB is just gonna come out before that bug connects. So
yeah. All right, this is the last-ditch effort for Team Nigma. 29k net worth lead for LGD. They're gonna pop that Lincoln, but an instant BKB from Nothing to Say. They're gonna blow up the Skywrath. He does have his buyback, but he wants to expend it here. Still the BKB from Ame, doing work against GH, who pops that Ghost Scepter. In the meantime, Mind Control did get off the Doom, but he's going to die very shortly. He's very low HP, actually. Gets away for now. His Axe can take the brunt of damage. The ILTW, like, look at Nothing to Say. It can just 1v5, it feels like. And, of course, Ame, just so much HP on this Spectre that nothing to be done.
there's just too many heroes to be dealt with in this fight. Like, you see that there's like this focus on like dealing with the Axe. He's got the Mantha. You have to kill the supports first, right? And then by the time they kill the supports, it's like the TA and the Spectre are just sitting there the entire time hitting. And even if they killed the TA, I don't think they can kill Spectre. I really don't. I think...
Well, I don't think they can kill either of them right now.
I think they can choose to kill one.
If they put literally everything on them.
If they put literally everything. And then there's potential that you can kite if you hit some like sick clockwork cogs and kite with ghost scepters and halberds and things like that, that's a DD.
Yep, that is a very good rune.
Yes, that's a nice one.
He's not quite 25 yet, but God, I would love to see Ame Spectre on this hero. It's so fun to watch that play style. Just being able to TP anywhere you want is... Miracle is going to take an Ancient Seal, but blink out just in time.
God, it lasts so long, actually. Ancient Seal. Yeah, I think
they've been buffing it. I believe it has a talent now, right? That extends it, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it lowers the cooldown, so it puts it to 100% uptime.
Oh, that's right. Which is so stupid. And if you get Ags, it's just a double. You just get 2 spells, 100% uptime.
Yep.
Kind of crazy.
A lot of silence. He popped the DD.
Okay. Looks like they want to go in then. Remember, they have all this silence with the traps as well, so Miracle has to use all of his stuff to try to get rid of that, but the initiation onto the Skyrath made counter-initiation from GH as well, but these Nigma heroes are dropping like flies. That's going to be 3 dead in the blink of an eye. Did not mean to rhyme that, but Kuroki trying to pull the wave, but really to no avail, and this should be GG. I mean, this is beyond over.
Yeah, I think at this
Why
point...
are you laughing?
I'm not laughing. What do you mean?
I just look over to you and just smirking for no reason. Why do you smirk at all times? You have a resting smirk face. You ever heard that?
People say that. People say that.
Oh, interesting.
You know, it just feels so impossible. It's the polar opposite of the last game.
Yeah, it is. And we've seen this in this, I mean, this is not the wild card anymore, but we've seen it so far in the first few days of this tournament. And yeah, they're going to be able to clean up these heroes pretty easily, and this should be the Ancient. Eventually, there's the GG. Waiting for that for the past literal 20 minutes, but it is a split series between PSG and Team Nigma. Ame on the TA destroyed. I feel like they took